Help Indian Charity. I am Ashwati. Are you watching my video for the first time? Please like, share, subscribe and comment on my video. Today we are going to discuss about the digitalization of India. As we all know that we are familiar with a lot of words starting from E, such as email, e-governance, e-education, e-health, and a lot of words or a lot of terms that are starting from E. So in this video, we are also going to discuss about the latest policy implemented by the central government ministry, which is UHID. Then in all the fields, we are digitalizing all the fields in our economy under the leadership of Sri Narendra Modi ji. In this video, I am also giving the difference between digitalization and digitization. Our country is taking a giant step to digitalize all the fields of our country, and also the biggest MNCs such as Google, Microsoft, Amazon are investing their money here for helping us in digitalization, and also demonetization is a part of digitalization. And also we are doing now the transactions are cashless. We instead of using the physical money transactions, we are doing digitally money transactions. Now we are going to discuss about the difference between digitalization and digitization. Digitization is a process of conversion of physical format into it is called to a digital form. When it is leveraged to improve the business processes, it is known as digitalization. This process results in the what we call digital transformation. Now we are going to discuss about the digitalization of bank. First of all, in India, SBI is considered as the oldest and one of the largest, safest banks in India. In 2019, when the Indian economy is the 5th largest in the world, our state bank ranked 55th in the world. Start. Now, with one ATM card, we are doing all our transactions. The DIL, which is Digitalizing Indian Program, is an initiative of the government which provides the services for any services of scan document, then physical documents, images for any organization. Digital India is a campaign launched by the government under the visionary leadership of our Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji on 1st July of 2015. Digital India is providing thrust to 9 pillars of growth. The 9 pillars are broadband, highway, then the universal access to mobile connectivity, then public internet access program, e-governance, then reforming government through technology, e-Kranti, that is electronic delivery of services. Digitalization offers fluidity to the Indian education by using a supplementary form of this system as it is available for all the people as per their need. The digitalization of education provides fluidity to all the people and using a supplementary form of this system as it is available for all the students as per their need. The innovation and technology is predominant in all the sectors of our country. With each undergoing vast changes in the past few years, the world is digitalization is moving towards signification. India has no specification, no option, but have to keep pace with it. Our education system needs to be dynamic and needs to adapt to technology. A practical approach of digitalization it tracks the students' performance, and one can easily evaluate students' progress by assigning him the projects, assignments, etc. During this pandemic time, the digitalization in education has rescued the students to continue their studies even in the remote parts of our country. It has really astonishing and appreciable. Thanks to all our education system, the central government ministry as well as education ministers, then all our state ministers, social media especially YouTube, Facebook, Google and every MNCs and also platforms, and teachers and parents for providing this type of virtual learning for us, as well as the students for cooperating this type of learning. And around 260 million of students are attending online classes in India. Most of the people who choose online classes tend to have other commitments and prefer this mode of learning, as it would give them power over how they would dedicate their time towards different projects. Online education can cost less due to a variety of reasons. For example, there is no cost for community. Then studying in a friendly environment that we are desiring, like if we are studying in a good environment, like in this room I'm very comfortable at learning, like that all people have their own comfortable learning. Online classes will give you more flexibility. Then you can choose your own learning environment for the works and for your needs. The next topic we are going to discuss is digitalization of libraries and book. Okay, tell me, would you know about DLI? It is the Digital Library of India. It is an initiative implemented by the Government of India to digitalize as well as to disseminate all the scientific work of human beings, then the significant literary as well as artistic of human beings available in India. It has made freely available from every corner of the world for education, for study, then for appreciation and for the future generations. The planning started with an aim to digitalize 1 million books, but recently it has succeeded in disseminating 5,37,350 books with 18,765,699 pages in 46 languages. Processes makes the government services available to people and internet, along with internet and mobile technologies, by passing poor physical infrastructure bottlenecks. Kerala is the fast emerging as a digital state. Kerala, the God's own country, is the first e-literate state through launching the Akshaya projects, and now banks are trying to provide fast, accurate and quality banking system experience for their customers. Today, topmost agenda for all the banks in India is digitalization. According to RBI report in 2016 and 17, there were 2,22,475 automatic teller machines, that is ATM, and 25,29,141 point of sale devices, that is POS. We all are familiar with the word AEPS, that is Aadhaar and Enabled Payment System. It is a system developed by the National Payment Corporation of India, NPCL, that allows the people to carry out the financial transactions by using Aadhaar card. Then by furnishing just their Aadhaar number and verifying it with the help of their fingerprints and scan, we can do all the transactions. Airtel Payment Banking launched the Aadhaar payment system, which will help the people to for the transactions of over 250,000 of its banking points across India. The popular payment apps are that is also known as e-wallets. They are Paytm, Google Pay, Phone Pay, Amazon Pay, JioPay, Jio Money, then Freecharge, then Yono SBI, then Amazon Pay, I have said it, then Airtel Money, then Pay app, Payz app. Now we can do all our banking 24 hours. It is earned for us. Look into our banking balance and we will transfer amount from our account to another one account, as we are doing like the checks. And it is easy to receive the money from anyone's account to our account, and the emergency, if it is an emergency like an hospital case, if we are in need of money, then we can ask, as well as we can take the money, and just by this popular apps we can just transfer the money to the hospital or the emergency case where we have to give the money to the institutions and we can save the life of some persons. Demonetization, our government had taken a great step to reduce the black money in our country, to stop the terror funding, Binami transactions, then Hawala transactions, and these brought more accountability to our economy. Now, all banking transactions are under the supervision of the Reserve Bank of India. I would like to say something about the Indian economy and the circulation of blood all over our body. The banking system in our body, such like that. How the blood flow 24 hours through our body, the monetary system of India, the Reserve Bank of India, as the heart of our economy, money has to be circulated, not to be idle over the country. I would like to say about UHID. By Aadhaar, it is easy to get a person's personal details. Now, our all personal details are connected to Aadhaar. By Aadhaar, it is easy to understand from which area or from which state or which district we are from, and a person belongs to our country, in which place we are coming from. His close family members, his bank accounts, then how many property he owns, and this is the basic document for all the government and non-government purpose in our country, in India, and all Indians all over the world. Now, recently, our government has introduced UHID, that is Unique Health Identification. It was initiated or started by AIIMS, All India Institute of Medical Science, with a view to systematize the database of its patients. It will help the uniquely identifying the ID in the India's largest and most prestigious medical institute and hospital. In this video, I would like to give some ideas regarding the UHID and the implementation of UHID in India. We have a population of 1.3 billion. With the help of cloud computing and artificial intelligence, from both, we have to scan the human body from the pregnancy period. Every stage, we access the growth and health of a child by scanning. But when a child is born, we stop all this. But we have to continue 4 times or 2 times in a year to get the good assessment of the child. By birth, we have to implement UHID to every child in our country. The UHID will give and store all his medical history and biological problems and disability, the chronic diseases and allergic to any medicines, then his blood details, then any lungs problem and heart problem or any neuro problems or any complicated medical conditions. By UHID, the doctor can get the best details from the UHID and he can give the best medicines for the patient. We have a lot of new devices to access and calculate the BP, sugar level in our body, temperatures and so on. But we are taking insurance for our body, like that we are to give 1 year observation and insurance companies to give us monthly and weekly health report. It will inform us only one problem coming to our body. If the body is getting any diseases, we will get the information and get urgent medical. It will find. If we can find the problems at the starting, we can save our life. Our body will show symptoms before heart attacks, strokes, and prevention is better than cure. When we download the UHID and the medical app, we will get 24 hours of the doctors. It will indicate us the nearest drug house and it supplies the nearest hospital and everything. So, early detection will help us to save from heart attacks, strokes, then blocks in the veins, cancers. Then even cancers are easy to cure when it is at the early detection. Then corona-like diseases are easy to cure if we could find it during the starting stage. The early detection and exact diagnosing is very important in the medical field. This data will help to access one person's physical health by the history from his childhood until now, and when one person is applying for a job in a military service, service or an aerostatic or a navy, police or any physical related jobs, he should give a medical report of his body. So by UHID, the doctor can get everything from his childhood. This UHID will show that the person physically fit or not, and the UHID will give details of the person's physical capability. So like this, good suppose our marriage or engagement is going to happen. It is easy for the parents to verify the health condition of their body and the girl to be get married. So it is helpful for the families that if the girl or the boy is before the arrangement, if the girl or boy is having any mentally or physically problem, they can find the problem and verify by this UHID and can stop the problems. Like after marriage, the parents will disclose that this girl or this boy is having any problems. So it would create a great problem. So for avoiding this and for reducing the divorce and that type of issues, before that we can just understand with each other, we can come into a compromise, or we can just stop that proposal and we can go for another one. Thanks for watching my video. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment on my video. If you like the video, please ensure that you have liked the video, as well as are you a newcomer, just subscribe on my video and just click the bell icon near to it. And this is Helping in Chatty signing off. This is Ashwathi. I'll come with another video coming soon. Bye. The Indian economy is part of world economy. Indian Ocean is a part of total oceans in the globe. We are not free from the worst recession and world pandemic. The 2020 is the darkest year in the human history. We have to move forward and pass over this world economic tsunami. Our center ministry and state ministry are strong, and our powerful leaders are intensively and extensively trying to come out from